too.
Casey,
But yeah,
for someone here, like the 40-year-old man trying to optimize their health and their longevity, what would be, let's say, five markers that you would look at, that you'd say, okay, this is what you should improve, or this is what you should focus on? And I know I'm putting you on the spot here,
no,
but
that's
is
okay.
there?
I think so it because I'm 39, so I'm right there. And apart from looking into the abyss of nothingness that inevitably befalls us all, and we all life is meaningless, and we're going into just total darkness. There are
We might
some
edit
things that
that
I
one.
that I'm concerned about. I'm just going into my first midlife crisis, guys. So just bear with me here, okay?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think for me and what I value, and what I think most guys in our stage of life value, I think VO2 max has got to be like top of the list. What is my capacity for aerobic uh, you know exercise, and am I going to maximize that as much as I can, because that's just going to decline as I get into old age, and I want to be able to do stuff. I want to feel good. I don't want to feel out of breath taking my groceries in from my car, carrying my kid, whatever. And I don't want to be a burden to my children when I get to a ripe old age. Eventually I will, but I'd rather be an embarrassment to them than a burden. And so that's the big one. Other stuff I think would be really cool is, well, obviously sleep quality. Hugely underrated, I think, and underutilized by physicians like myself. Our like tracking of sleep is basically me asking people, how well do you sleep? Do you feel rested during the day? How many hours are you getting? But if we really want to know how they're doing, I got to send them for a sleep study. They got to go spend the night in a clinic somewhere, and they put all the fancy stuff on them, and they actually measure how their sleep is. And they come out and they go, oh, their sleep is horrible, and they've got apneic episodes up the wazoo. And I'm sitting there going, oh, that explains a lot. And so it's just kind of like, it's silly that we're not taking more advantage of these kind of devices for that in general. The next one would probably be heart rate variability. I just think your ability to recover from a stressful event or a bout of exercise is a really good indicator of health in general. And if it's not happening, then especially in someone who actually tries to exercise a little bit, if they're finding that, oh, like I'm not getting back to rest quickly enough, then I think that gives you some idea of like, well, maybe we should be looking into how well you're doing with your neuro axis and your neurobiology. um, Other than that, probably something that would be fun. Or no, I think glucose is a good one. Glucose, like a continuous glucose monitor, seems like more and more it's a good um, indicator of metabolic health. And I think it also encourages you to look deliberately at your diet and your exercise routine, which if people could just pay attention to what they eat, and if they just knew what it did to their body, they would make better choices. And that would be a huge impact on health in general. And then lastly, probably something like a lactate threshold or something like that, just to let you know how well you're doing, or if you need to get a little bit more zone 2 cardio in. But that's probably just like a cut above, right, for the people that are really interested in performance and stuff.